The referees of the game, Tina Simon and Maxime Sigarenko. The linesman Rick Weber and the passing in. And the goal for the team, number 31, and Rasmus Hanskis. On the pass, number 3, Maxime Shirovos. And number 13, goal team's goal range. The goal was number 16, transfers goal range. Number 28, Zebrus Girgensons. And number 91, Ronald Skanich. And now the starting lineup for the game for Team Switzerland. And the goal for team number 20, Rebecca Guerra. On the bench, number 32, George Manberger. Number 77, Robert Grossman. The forwards, number 56, Dino Bizet.
Good morning from Moscow as we look at our netbinders, Reto Berra and Edgars Masalskis, Switzerland and Latvia needing a victory.
Well, they are, and you look at these two teams. Switzerland has gone past regulation 3 times, finally able to pick a win up against Denmark yesterday, and Latvia, 2 of their 3 games have gone to extra time. So no surprise the last time these two teams met, well, they went to extra time and it was Latvia that won. So it'll be a close affair, but yes, very important for Latvia to get in the win column.
So what you're saying is there's a chance we'll have extra time. Cleared in by Latvia. We are underway here at the Ice Palace in Moscow. Grossman plays it near side. Schneeberger will send it in. Wieser's after it, sending it for his brother, and then failed to materialize as Doggeman's got back to break it up. Wieser takes a bump from Girgensons. Sorokovs plays it around the boards and kept in at the line by Schneeberger. Wieser tried to work that out front. And back for Girgensons. Long shot. Reto Berra steered that away easily. Schneeberger on the loose puck. Tried to get it to Julian Walker. Walker got stopped at center ice. Back in for Redlich. Redlich for Zarens, and Zarens is going to pick up the game's first penalty. Whether you want to call it boarding, whether you want to call it hitting from behind, Schneeberger is the recipient of that nasty check.
Just a reckless play by Zarens here early in the game, and something head coach Brezhnev does not want to see out of his team, to go down shorthanded. And Zarens will head to the box. This is just a play. He's staring. It's a battle, and that is a dangerous, dangerous body check.
You just can't do that.
No. Senseless play by Zarens. That is one of the most dangerous plays. Schneeberger's sore. Some discomfort with good reason. Let's see if this is it. It's just a 2-minute call. So Patrick Fischer and his Swiss team going to the power play. Switzerland 2 for 11 in the tournament. And for Latvia, their penalty kill is killed 11 of 13.
Leonid Brezhnev, the coach of Latvia, sees his team shorthanded early. Andrighetto sends it to the goal line. Andrighetto heads to the front of the net. Diaz plays it cross ice. Slap shot from Dubois gets deflected. And Maya will get it up the center. Gets Maya, chases it, gets it for Pavlovs. And Pavlovs with the wrister over top of Reto Berra. Diaz, who leads Switzerland in scoring in this tournament with 4 assists. Plays it down for Nino Niederreiter. Big goal by Niederreiter late in the game last night to tie it.
They've done a good job coming from behind with just over 2 minutes left. Tied Denmark the game before as Felicia Dubois with just 10 seconds left to tie the game.
And there's your overtime winner from yesterday, Eric Blum. Plays it through for Holenstein. Bouncing puck at the line. Blum couldn't handle it. And cleared back by Latvia, and Walzer will chase this down for Switzerland. For Yannick Weber, who had a goal yesterday, started to come back. Weber plays it deep. Sorokov's trying to come up with it, can't. Controlled at the line by Blum. Fakes a shot, gets it for Ambule. And Ambule drilled that one, and it got blocked in front. Ambule had the big face-off win that led to the winner by Blum. That's picked off, and a break back short-handed for Latvia. And that shot by Vasevskis is deflected up and out of play.
A dangerous pass by Weber across the blue line, and good defensive stick, a good anticipated play, cuts it off, and the Latvian fans, they're out, the drums are going, trying to cheer their team on to their first victory in this tournament.
Looking ahead, Switzerland will play on Friday. They will take on Denmark. And looking ahead to Saturday, the next game for Latvia, they will take on Russia. And Russia getting some enforcements with Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, and Orlov. Right hand shot there for Weber, blocked in front, kicked away by Masalskis. Andrighetto in the high slot, drops it back at the line. Diaz back for Andrighetto, and Masalskis blocked that. And Skrokov sends it back and cleared down the ice by Redlich. Cleared up through center ice. Edgars Kulda gets the redirect. Jurgensen's to the front of the net. Doggerman's tried to get it there, could not. Ronald Kennens, by the way, back in the lineup, had a one-game suspension for a high hit. Julian Walker drops it off, centered into the slot. Beezer trying to come back near side, looking for Grossman. Beezer still has it, puts it cross ice, in tight is Julian Walker. And Walker ends up taking it behind the net as Masalskis prevented him from getting a shot away on that short side. Centered, slap shot, Masalskis makes the save off of Beezer. That was Mark Beezer, the older of the two.
Couple plays, Switzerland able to find those open areas. Walker couldn't get it away, but Mark Beezer gets a good shot on Masalskis.
There's Kennens with the wrist shot from the left side. Played around for Grossman. And back on the ice is Schneeberger after getting shaken up on that hit. Another penalty kill for Latvia, so they have now killed off 12 of 14. Here comes Diaz. Rafael Diaz takes it around the net, tried the wraparound, and Masalskis goes diving back and smothers it.
Rafael Diaz plays big minutes, a great play. He steals his puck in the neutral zone, has Moser driving the net, goes for the wraparound, and Masalskis able to dive back. Gets a little help from Freeberg, his defenseman. Had to make a save earlier. Beezer with a good shot from the slot. It goes under the arm of Masalskis, but he gets enough of a save on that as it steers it wide.
Masalskis, this is his second game in this tournament. He was in the game for the loss to the Czech Republic. As Vasevskis and Traxler get set to face off, and Traxler has had plenty of face-off success, 62% in the face-off department coming into this game this afternoon.
Oh, icing play and conversation here. Look at Sabalskis, the defenseman, and Nino Niederreiter was the hero last game. He has 6 shots in that game against Denmark, and the most important was the deflection that tied it with just a little over 2 minutes left.
So Switzerland's next game is against Russia on Saturday. Latvia's already played Russia, lost 4-0. Control by Moser, into the slot, quick shot by Nino Niederreiter, and that got kicked away by Masalskis. Back for Niederreiter, watched by Redlich. Niederreiter plays it back for Moser. Right point for Diaz, wrist shot wide, and Blum after it. Blum tried to play it behind the net, intercepted, and chopped away by Sabalskis. Back down the ice for Niederreiter.
This is how the games have gone for Switzerland. They've been able to come out early, have strong first periods, get a lot of shots on net, but for some reason they find themselves behind by the time the third period comes around.
Gearing winds it to center, in for Holenstein, and Masalskis makes the save and hangs onto it.
Well, Masalskis has been the busier of two netminders. A great save off a Niederreiter shot from the high slot as he steers that to the right side, but a nice play. Niederreiter just getting into that high slot, quick shot, and Masalskis had to see through his defenseman as Gutas Galvins was right in front of him.
Sweden and Kazakhstan, the second game in this building later today. Edgars Kulda, the former Edmonton Oil King, drops it back for Sotnieks, backs for Kulda. Kulda, short side chance, and that got stopped. Cross ice feed, and Brett O'Bara forced to make his first good save of the hockey game. Back at the line, and controlled now by Latvia. Brought back in by Sotnieks. Sotnieks will drop it back, sent around the boards by Kennens. Controlled by Girgensons. Drops it for Sotnieks. He has a goal in this tournament. And that shot went off the heel of his stick and he never got much on it. Dubois sends it across. Turnover and unable to get a shot away. In the high slot was Kennens. Dogevans gets it for Girgensons, back for Dogevans. Penalty coming up on the play, and it is going to be Walzer who is going to go for holding, and now Latvia will go to the power play.
Latvia gets their first power play of this game as Samuel Walzer, a tough shift for him of Switzerland. He turned the puck over and then briefly after that takes a holding call, and Latvia goes to the power play 2 for 13 in this tournament. And Switzerland, one of the bad areas for them, the second worst penalty kill. They've only killed 5 of 10. The penalty kill just 50%.
Sabalskis and Sotniaks, the point men, and Redlich, and Drasis and Bukarts, the forward line for Latvia. And Julian Walker for Switzerland in pursuit. Sotniaks for Bukarts. Bukarts feeds it for Sabalskis for Bukarts. For Andrasis as he got tangled up with Julian Walker. Sotniaks back for Andrasis. To the blue line, Sabalskis. Andrasis and back for Bukarts. And back for Andrasis. Sabalskis finds Sotniaks. Bukarts on the outside. In front of the net is Redlich. Sotniaks and Bukarts play catch. Bukarts back for Sotniaks, cross ice. Sabalskis with the blast, and that went wide. And now another penalty coming up as Bukarts got dumped, and not happy at all is Rafael Diaz.
Diaz is not happy, went back to have words with Bukarts. Now Redlich has words for Diaz as Diaz is going to head into the box, and it'll be a 5-on-3 for 53 seconds for Latvia. Diaz and Bukarts just heading to the corner. Diaz might have a bit of an argument.
Yeah.
Might have been a little bit of embellishment there, but it goes in favor of Latvia's key opportunity here for them to open up the scoring in this game.
And again, one of those situations where the referee that was right there didn't call it. It was the back referee that made the call, so it is a 5-on-3 for 52 seconds. And Latvia will have to go back and regroup.
Well, big play by Felician Dubois, just jumping up, able to clear that down.
Galvin's coming into this game, the leading ice time player for Latvia, 70 minutes and 13 seconds in the 3 games. Bukarts plays it back for Dogovans. Girgensons is in front. Kennens goes cross ice, and the blast on the far side by Galvins went wide. Dogovans gets it for Bukarts. And back for Dogovans. Girgensons in front. Bukarts. Back door looking for Dogovans. Hopped over his stick. Cool. Galvins plays give and go. 1 penalty is now over. Kennens goes cross ice. And a shot to the short side wide. And chopped down the ice by Walzer, who came out of the penalty box. Kennens having trouble with it. Schneeberger steals. So Latvia's power play that came into the game at 15%, unable to capitalize on the 5-on-3.
Well, and the Swiss penalty kill that has struggled in this tournament, doing a much better job.
This is punched back with the glove of Trachtler. Sabalskas in Grassis and on for Maya. We've seen some good things from Maya in this championship, but he got stopped there and he got cleared down the ice. Maya still looking for his first point and has the puck and starts the power play with just a half dozen seconds left in the man advantage. Maya in the slot, and he ripped that one high and wide as that puck ended up on his stick.
Another good chance for Maya. He had a couple real good rushes earlier in this tournament, but hasn't been able to finish.
Indrasis bumped off the puck. Shappy is after it, but Latvia will control with Sabalskas. Abels couldn't get anywhere. Sorokovs. And this gets sent in by Kulda. Cleared away by Red O'Bara. And makes its way out at center ice. Back to yesterday's game, if you're wondering, we were talking about Red O'Bara, who was forced to go to the bench for one play. If you come out as a netminder and you skate over the blue line when you go and chat with your teammates on the bench, you have to go to the bench for one shift.
The strange play is Robert Mayer had to come in, basically took a shift in net.
Gearing at his own line, Patrick Gearing sends this back into the Latvia zone, and Galvins will go back for it. Over 100 shifts for Galvins now in this championship. This is game 4 for all the teams. And Latvia sitting with 2 points on a couple of extra time losses. Nino Niederreiter with Sorokovs. This game still looking for its first marker. Schneeberger sends it down. Niederreiter plays it for Grossman. Grossman's shot blocked in front by Dogovans. And Dogovans will put it off the glass, and Schneeberger will hustle back for Nino Niederreiter of the Minnesota Wild. Niederreiter, initially a Islander pick out of Portland. Controlled in the corner by Switzerland. Niederreiter gets it back to the line. Grossman the shot. And Masalskas tied up in front of the net with Vieser. Sent to the front of the net by Julian Walker. And this goes off the dasher board and up and out of play.
Look at the head coach for Latvia as his team not able to capitalize on the power play. Galvins feeds Dogovans, quick little pass across back to Dogovans. They were able to finally open up that seam, but the shot was wide. And Redlich with the feed, and Maya's gonna have the good chance in the slot, but he just rips it over top of the net. A couple opportunities, but they weren't able to get the pucks on goal.
Sent in deep, backboard goes Eric Blum. 29 years of age, spent the past 2 seasons in Bern. And a big goal for him yesterday in overtime. His third time lucky for Switzerland, the third straight game they went to extra time. Through center ice and to the line and no further for Sixna. And back for Blum. Ahead for Ambule. His shot doesn't get through. Tracked it down, and now a penalty coming. Pile up on the far side, and as it's cleared down the ice by Abels, play whistle down, and this will be a hooking call, and Switzerland will go back to the power play.
Switzerland gets another power play in this first period as Rodrigo Abels will head to the bench or to the penalty box for Latvia. Switzerland's had the better of the chances, so after Latvia had a couple of power plays and some 5-on-3 time, the Swiss get a chance here with the man advantage. 2 goals in this tournament on 13 tries.
Takes off to the right of Masalskis. Grabbed off by Galvins, and Galvins will send this down the ice. Back for Diaz. Diaz, his pass into the skates of Andrighetto, and then Andrighetto lifted that back leg, and that's offside.
Rafael Diaz had a very good tournament, 4 assists. A look at the penalty. Abel trying to come through the middle, gets hooked up from behind.
Face off outside the line. Andrighetto and Girgensons. Diaz sends a long wrister in wide of Masalskis. Yerfeevs plays it up the boards, but it got blocked. Vieser for Diaz. Back for Nino Niederreiter to the goal line, and Andrighetto couldn't handle it. Back for Diaz and back for Andrighetto. Diaz knocked down in front of the net. There's a chance for Nino Niederreiter. And Masalskis makes the save. Back at the line, slap shot Diaz. And Masalskis will hang on to it.
Strange play, that Niederreiter looked like that may have went in a quick play off the goal line. And it hits the post. Mosier off that backside, can't find it, but a good chance for Nino Niederreiter as he fires it off the far post, able to beat Masalskis. I'm not sure what that means. Look at Masalskis playing in his second game of this tournament. Elvis Merzlikins has had a couple of real good games in net for Latvia.
Minute 2 left in the minor penalty. Sent around the boards by Galvins. Maya couldn't clear. And then Blum's cross ice pass. It was a rolling puck. And here comes Maya shorthanded. And Reto Berra out to clear that away. Reto Berra in his 5th World Championship for Switzerland. Blum. Ambule. And Holenstein. Holenstein sends this back for Weber. Weber goes for Blum. Watched by Maya. Maya takes it away. Clears it to the line, but Weber had sifted over and keeps it in. And then Weber takes a jolt from Pavlov's. Blum back for Weber. To the goal line for Holenstein. And trying to get it back to the line. And deflected out. They'll regroup. Ambule couldn't get a handle on it. Cleared down the ice by Galvins. And that'll do it, as Latvia has killed another one.
Done a good job of forcing at the right time, some good pressure, not allowing Switzerland to make those plays.
Schneeberger feeds this through for Wieser, and Wieser gets knocked down, and Masalskis is going to hang on to it.
Well, Switzerland got the chance they wanted on that power play as Niederreiter walked off the line, but outside of that opportunity, Latvia does a good job forcing plays, not allowing those seams to open up on the power play.
These two met last year. Latvia was a winner in overtime. Game 4 of this championship for each of these teams. Switzerland has picked up points in every game, despite the fact they only have one win. And that's something that they did very well last year. They picked up points in 4 games last year that they did not win. Wieser gets tied up by Freebergs. Out through center for Zarens. Zarens plays it into the high slot. Near side Bukarts, and Reto Berra got a piece of it.
Almost went right under Berra and out the other side.
Bukarts whips this back to the blue line, and it bounces off the sideboards and out the center. Sorokovs leaves it in behind his own net. Line change for Latvia. Galvin's lead pass, and the quick wrist shot by Sorokovs, and a save made.
Sorokov's just going to get behind everyone. A great lead pass. So he comes in, trying to find some room under that right arm, and Reto Berra able to come up with a save. The other opportunity, Bukarts off to the side, goes under the pad of Berra, but Berra's pad gets enough of that to keep it from going in the net. Bukarts has a goal in this tournament and assist, 2 points into 3 games.
Dubois back for Switzerland. Trachtler will glove this in, and if Niederreiter plays it, it'll be whistled down for a glove pass, and that is what happened. Niederreiter trying to argue that either Trachtler or one of the Swiss players or one of the Latvian players touched it.
I think Trachtler touched it. Niederreiter did a good job holding up. Trachtler's going to come into the zone as Galvins is going to wait, so Trachtler's going to go after it. Maybe he didn't touch it, as Galvins does a good job here shielding him off the puck.
Freeberg's back for it. Takes a bump there from Niederreiter. Under 4 left to go in a scoreless opening period. Switzerland and Latvia. Dogovins gets to the line no further. Chip right back out. And back for it is Maxims Sorokovs. The player that had that scoring chance, Alexis Sorokovs. Kennens plays it back for Sotnieks, bounced away from him. In for Nino Niederreiter, save, rebound for Mosier. And he missed a glorious opportunity to open the scoring in this game. And now a penalty coming as Nino Niederreiter got taken into the corner boards.
It's going to be another boarding call. We saw one earlier to Zarens. This one not quite as dangerous, but what a chance. Niederreiter, great save off him. Simon Mosier has the net. Can't fire it. Maybe a little bit of help as Kennens goes down for the block, and then right after that, Gergensons is going to take a boarding penalty. Great save and the rebound chance. Niederreiter in the corner, and Gergensons with the bump. So a late power play here for Switzerland in the first period.
So Switzerland will try and break the ice. All the way back into the Switzerland zone, and Blum goes back for it with Maya in on the forecheck for Latvia. Polenstein to the line, finds a little bit of room. Curls back for Blum. He'll play it down low. Ambul back at the line for Diaz, and the shot went wide. Anders Ambul after it again. Gets some help there from Walzer. And a good defensive play and sent to the front of the net, cleared down the ice by Pavlovs.
Well, real good play. Sabolka was real strong in that corner in the play on the defensive side.
Felician Dubois drops it at center. Diaz trying to get this to Andrighetto. And that failed to materialize, and Diaz will backtrack. Some room on that left side as trying to bust his way in is Niederreiter. Back for Dubois. So Andrighetto, Mosier, and Niederreiter back out for Switzerland. Niederreiter and Mosier both with great chances on that last shift. Andrighetto to the goal line, deflected away by Sotnieks. Niederreiter back for Diaz and back for Niederreiter and back for Diaz. Drills it to the front. Dubois was all the way in from the line, but it got deflected away and sent down the ice by Redlich.
Nerfevs sent Mosier to the ice there. He had to cover his head as that shot was coming in from the point.
Grossman starts the attack with Julian Walker. Back for Grossman, offside at the line with now just 7 seconds left in the minor penalty.
All Switzerland struggling with the power play, and maybe shouldn't be surprised. Last year in the tournament, their power play 2 for 36, just 5.5%. And the other side, Kaspers Dagovins hasn't had the same tournament he did last year. He had 5 goals leading Latvia in the 7 games, yet to find the back of the net this year.
He's had the chance to show that overtime magic, but Latvia is still looking for its first victory. Overtime loss to Sweden, and then a shootout loss to the Czech Republic. And then the loss to Russia for Latvia, 4-0, as they were unable to find a tally. Sergei Bobrovsky had the shutout in that game, and quite a streak for Sergei Bobrovsky on victory day. The last 3 victory days, there's a chance in front of the net. Wieser tried to stuff it. Last 3 victory day games for Bobrovsky, he has stopped 67 of 67, 3 straight shutouts. Dagovins carries in, long wrist shot, fired that one high. Schneeberger behind the net. Couldn't get anywhere. Ronald Kennens back in the lineup after the 1-game suspension. Finds Pavlovs. Pavlovs at the line for Sabalskis, and he'll play it around the boards. Up with the puck and clearing it out at center is Wieser, and the first period will end.
Well, neither team able to score, as Wieser with a wraparound attempt late in this first period, but Masalskis able to come up with the save. Neither team able to get their power play opportunities going.
So Masalskis and his teammates make their way off the ice here in Moscow. No scores, Switzerland and Latvia.
Hi. Which is best? Start of the game?
Start of the game, absolutely.
Okay.
I will tell
I send you an SMS. Huh?
Okay.
I hope they are not late. So.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Is it 1 or 2?
This is the decisive second. The second one yet. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time. Tissot.
все относятся к своему делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и выкладывается на полный. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто вкладывается. Райфайзенбанк. Разница в отношении.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF app.
Welcome back to the Ice Palace. Beautiful day here in Moscow, and Switzerland and Latvia starting off today's activity, and this game still looking for a goal.
Well, good period from Switzerland. They took most of the play to Latvia, out shooting them 14-6. Both teams unsuccessful on the power play, and it remains a scoreless game.
First 3 games, Latvia has been outshot 44-21, and then 39-25, and then 37-27. So being outshot 14-6 in that opening period is kind of the norm. Back into the Latvia zone. Giving chase is Dino Vieser. But Latvia will clear out at center ice. Grossman had to be careful with that bouncing puck. Galvins, Girgensons takes the pass. It's bounced in wide. And Grossman back for Schneeberger. His pass up the right side got picked off, and now Grossman follows up as he steals. And Grossman will send it in behind the Latvia net where it's taken by Sotnieks. Around for Redlich. Redlich propels this on. And Bukarts, who had a great chance in that opening period, sends it in, but brought right back out by Patrick Gearing. Wrist shot by Gearing, steered away by Masalskis. Ambul plays it down for Samuel Walzer. He'll leave for Dennis Holenstein. Holenstein trying to work it free from your Fabs. Back at the line for Gearing. Gearing the wrist shot. That's blocked in front. Redlich goes after it, but it's grabbed off by Holenstein. Ambul put it to the front of the net, and here comes Sotniaks. Long wrist shot. Red O'Bara knocked it down. And Gearing quickly up on the left side for Holenstein. Got away from him. Holenstein and Sabalskas are after it. And Freeberg snaps it around the boards and back out the neutral ice.
Well, that caught Patrick Gearing's skate. He was standing right in front of the bench. Two Latvian players looking for too many men.
Traxler in on the backhand, lifted it high and wide. Blum back for Mosier. Mosier for Nino Niederreiter. Niederreiter trying to spin away from Maya. For Mosier, and now Maya steals, but then gives it right back to Mosier. Mosier on that offside for Diaz, and the slap shot wide. Maya's going to try it again, and this time he will get it out of harm's way. But not for long, and not for long without a penalty.
Well, another slow change. This time it's Switzerland, as Niederreiter not completely on the bench yet. And possession by Switzerland, but it's actually going to be a penalty here to Latvia, as Els Freeberg going to head to the penalty box. Switzerland had possession of the puck.
And the signal from the referee
pointed to the Switzerland bench, so we'll wait to see what the call is on this play. But a Switzerland power play, their 4th of this game.
And not going to say it.
Well, we're going to try this face-off again.
If you missed it last night, there was a number of face-offs where they had to redo them, and eventually we kind of made an agreement that when it came to saying the puck was not dropped fairly, they'll do it all over again, that Shane was going to be the one that was going to say it. So
well, I'm going to change it from the puck was not dropped fairly to just puck was not dropped.
Shot that ricochets off a leg and goes wide, and Blum lead pass, and Ambul at the line, offside called.
Oh, good job by Latvia holding the blue line. Salska's lost his stick on that last play. Hoover's playing his stick to him, and that's the penalty.
So 1:37 left in the power play. Nino Niederreiter on the attack, plays it in, and this is up into the netting. And a stoppage and play, and a face-off back in the neutral zone as we look at Nino Niederreiter.
Another good year of the Minnesota Wild, but Latvia's penalty kill's been able to do a real good job. And Patrick Fisher last game was standing down with his players on the bench where they were able to pick up their first win, but seems back behind them today in this early game.
Well, whatever he did, it worked, as his team has kind of been the comeback squad. Power play continues. Rafael Diaz sends it in. Simon Mosier after it. Gets it for Niederreiter. Andrighetto being watched by Zarens. For Diaz, back for Andrighetto. Tipped by Niederreiter. Scores! The high tip by Nino Niederreiter. And a power play goal for Switzerland.
This is just a perfect tip by Niederreiter off a real good play by Andrighetto. And Niederreiter now with goals in back-to-back game. And the power play comes through. Great play. Andrighetto's just going to roll off the top. And a great shot pass. But what a deflection by Niederreiter. Just perfectly tipped right into that top corner over the left shoulder of Noselskis. He's moving to his right to make the save. And Nino Niederreiter has Switzerland up 1-0.
And has 2 of the last 3 goals for Switzerland. Got the one late yesterday that forced overtime and gets them on the board. So the icebreaker comes from the Switzerland power play. As they cash in with the man advantage. Masalskis tries to play it up the boards. That got blocked. Freebergs is in there. Wieser gets it for his younger brother. Kept in at the line by Schneeberger. And now grabbed off by Andrasis. Schneeberger back into his own zone. Has a little trouble with that bouncing puck. Grossman takes the pass. Sends it through for Julian Walker. Walker's shot, that got blocked. Dino Wieser being watched by Freebergs and Maya. Got spilled. Julian Walker, but the puck makes its way to Mark Wieser. And swinging it around the boards on the backhand is Robin Grossman. And now play whistle down.
Remember first, too many men call, or not sure what this whistle.
Well, play was whistled down, and we'll try and figure out why the ice cleaning equipment have come on out, although it is not into a commercial time yet.
Well, look at Patrick Fisher, happy with what he's seen from his team in this game. They've been able to capitalize on the power play as Nino Niederreiter's second goal of the tournament. A great year for Niederreiter with the Minnesota Wild. 20 goals this past year. Continues to get better and better, and he's had lots of shots. 3 shots in this game, had 6 last game. Old theory, put the puck to the net, good things will happen.
Well, they've kind of chased the ice cleaners off the ice in a hurry. Said it wasn't your time.
Still wondering what the whistle was about.
Galvins plays it ahead. After it is Edgars cooled it, played away from him. And good jolt there. Samuel Walser got nailed at center ice, and that's going to bring about a penalty. And Switzerland is going to go back to the power play. This is going to be an elbowing call.
Latvia is getting themselves in a bit of penalty trouble as Alexei Sorokovs is going to head to the penalty box. He caught Samuel Walser right in the neutral zone. As Walser's coming up the ice. I don't know if it was an elbow, but it's definitely a check to the head. Linoy Beresnev, his team, putting themselves in a little bit of trouble as Samuel Walzer getting checked out on the Switzerland bench. Seems to be all right. Switzerland could strike again as they're 1 for 4 on the power play in this game.
14 of 17 on the penalty kill now for Latvia. This is the 5th time in this game that Latvia will be shorthanded. Girgensons and Andrighetto in a battle. It comes loose for Nino Niederreiter. Mosier's after it. He couldn't handle it, and it's snapped and cleared down the ice by Girgensons. Rafael Diaz for Felicien Dubois. Back for Diaz. Up for Niederreiter. Stopped at the line. Yerofeyevs gets it ahead for Girgensons. He'll send this on ahead. Redlich trying to cut to the net. Redlich gets squeezed out and knocked down. Back in for Mosier. Back for Andrighetto. And back for Mosier. Right point Diaz. 1-0 Switzerland. Power play goal from Nino Niederreiter. Quick shot by Dubois. Rebound. Niederreiter has another one.
Well, it took him a while to get that first one, and he has been around the net in every game, had his opportunities, and this one just squeaks past Edgars Masalskis. That's a long jaunt back to the bench for Sorokovs of Latvia as he was in the penalty box, but Dubois is going to shoot it, gets blocked, and as the puck's laying there, Niederreiter's just going to pick it up, and he's going to fire this between the pads of Edgars Masalskis. Sorokovs had blocked this shot. Niederreiter then picks up that loose puck and gives Switzerland a 2-0 lead.
So back-to-back power play goals. Surprise you a little bit with what's on the line here. The amount of penalties, undisciplined penalties we're seeing, and now we're going to see another one.
Not really. We've seen this before, how the penalties will go.
So we will step aside. It'll be a power play for Latvia when we come back.
Number 16, Rafael Diaz, by 2606. Team Latvia is playing at full strength.
Switzerland has a pair of power play goals. Now they'll be shorthanded as Latvia will get the chance to get on the board with their power play.
Look at some of the Latvian names from past World Championships. Arturs Urbe, Sandis Ozolinch, and of course Sergei Zholtok, who left us far too early. Player that you played with, Shane?
Played with him in Nashville. He got traded there from Minnesota, and I got traded from Ottawa.
Dogovins back for Galvins, and the shot taken up high by Red O'Bara.
Shot by Galvins from the point as Latvia looking to get something going offensively. That has been the struggle for them in this tournament, and this penalty is taken right off the draw. Shappy is tripping up Sixna, and he'll head to the penalty box where he sits now.
So Latvia trying to get something going on the power play, a power play that Shane mentioned has not been able to produce. Galvins for Dogovins. Dogovins looking far side, and that goes off of Dubois, and Karam's around the glass and out the center. Dogovins will try it again, and they're going to call this offside against Latvia.
Well, that's been the challenge for Latvia, and maybe a little frustration for Kaspars Daugavins is finding goals. Only 4 goals for in the first 3 games, yet to find the back of the net in this tournament. Latvia not happy with that offside call.
Leonid Brezhnev's coached this team from 97 to 99, then again in 2005, and now is back behind the Latvian bench. Slovakia leading Belarus 1-0 over in St. Petersburg. Sabalskis gets knocked down. Diaz in after a loose puck. Redlich is there as well. Grabbed off by Zarins for Sotniaks and back for Zarins. Into the back half of the power play for Latvia. Zarins for Bukarts and back for Zarins and back for Bukarts. Watched by Diaz off this backside. Zarins slap shot by Sabalskis is wide. Sabalskis went after it, but Simon Mosier got there first and clears it down the ice. Julian Walker off the boards and out the center. Zarins almost turned it over. In fact, he did. But Julian Walker couldn't make his way around the defenseman Sabalskis.
Well, good play by Sabalskis as Walker had a lot of speed on. Able to pick that puck from Zarins.
And Walker on it again, and he'll send it down the ice. Yet to come here from Moscow, Sweden, and Kazakhstan. Our second game of the day. Russia and the Czech Republic not in action today, so Sweden will have the opportunity to jump into a tie with the Czech Republic for top spot. Score! Off a skate, off a stick, and in.
Not how you draw it up, but the result you want. As this is just a centering feed, and sure, I think this goes off Gregory Hoffman's skate and in. So Switzerland extends their lead on a bit of a fortuitous bounce. Andrew Ghetto is going to pick up another point. He's trying to shoot this puck. It goes off Galvin's stick, and then Hoffman able to pick it up in front.
Well, they will review this.
Well, it goes off the skate, redirects into the back of the net as Andrew Ghetto, I think he was trying to shoot that. Galvin's had his stick in the lane, goes off Galvin's, off Hoffman, and past Masalskis. So it has opened up for Switzerland. Scoreless game after the first period of play, and now 8.5 into this second period. Switzerland looks to take a 3-0 lead as they'll take a look at this goal.
Doesn't appear to be any kicking motion, but
we've been wrong before. I'm no problem admitting that on some of the calls that get reviewed.
Turns his foot.
Does turn his foot. So that will be what they're looking at, whether an intentional turn that redirects that puck into the net. We'll take their time as the official waits for word.
Referees are Timothy Mayer of the United States and Maxim Sodorenko of Belarus. And they'll take a look at this, probably get some help from the linesman. Fifth letterer of the Czech Republic and Pasi Nieminen of Finland.
Well, Hoffman waits to see if he has his first goal this tournament. A Carolina pick back in 2011, played for Lugano this last year in the Swiss League. 17 goals, 31 points. This is his first World Championship. He's played in 2 World Juniors in 2011 and 2012. And another look at the goal is his skate. It's whether he's trying to turn. I'm not sure if he sees that coming. And we'll see how they call this goal. Mosiakin had one for Russia that was initially called a goal and waved off. Also against Latvia.
So it's the Belarus referee, Maxim Sidorenko, that has taken the headset off. Gives his face a bit of a wipe. The helmet comes back on, and he'll come out and make the call. We'll find out whether it's 3-0 or 2-0. It's 3-0.
Switzerland bench able to celebrate now. A little bit of a delayed celebration. And one more look at that goal as Andrew Ghetto with a shot. It goes off the defenseman of Latvia, Galvin's stick, and off Hoffman and into the net.
So the third time in this tournament that Switzerland has got to 3 goals in a game. They lost 4-3 to Norway in overtime and then beat Denmark 3-2 in overtime. So they have found some offense. It has not been the case for Latvia. 4 goals in now 3.5 games, 4.5 games. Cleared in deep. Julian Walker trying to send that back to the line. Eurofeevs couldn't get a stick on it. And 6-0. Number 5, 6-0. Back for Latvia. Pass up the middle, that misses everyone. Jurgensen's goes after it. Schneeberger plays it ahead for Wieser. He went out looking for his brother at center, brought right back in by Samolskis. And now Schneeberger back in behind his own net for Switzerland. Ambuel tried to deflect it in, could not. Comes back to Schneeberger. He sends it in deep and then gets taken into the sideboard by Samolskis. Dubois puts this back into the Latvia zone. Samolskis plays it up the boards. And now Freeburg will just get rid of it. And Ambuel will put it right back into the Latvian zone. Holenstein tying his man up. Nito Niederreiter's on the loose puck. Niederreiter with a couple of goals, Hoffman the other.
That really got it going for Switzerland. That first power play goal and then another one shortly after for Niederreiter.
Back at the line, Diaz sends this in deep. After it is Mosier. Niederreiter trying to get away from Sorokov's does. And Diaz will control at center ice. And Diaz with 4 assists coming into this game to lead Switzerland, but Nino Niederreiter is giving him a chase as Niederreiter now with 5 points in this tournament. 3 goals and 2 assists. Flipped out at center. And Niederreiter, a little bit of confidence to his step now. Carries across the line, lets the wrist shot go. And Galvin's to the backboards. Hoffman trying to dig it free. And it's cleared to the line and out at center by Bukarts. Blum puts it right back in. Hoffman is in after it. Galvin's controls. And Galvin's will get it out at center ice. And back to the Switzerland line and in. Getting knocked down. Zarens comes in there. Player down. And is that going to bring about a penalty?
Really another boarding penalty in this game. And Zarens having words with someone, I believe Andrew Ghetto on the ice.
So Christian Marty in his first game. Is he the one that is going to take the penalty? It is.
Marty with a little push there as Redlich tries to pull up. It's going to be a boarding call, and Latvia just 9 shots in this hockey game, 3 in this period. Need to get a few more on Reto Berres. He has barely been tested.
4th power play of the game. Reto Berre with a 2.33 goals against average, of save percentage of .909 coming into this game. Cannons back in the lineup for Latvia after the 1-game suspension for Dogovins from Galvins. Get back for Galvins. Now he finds the shooting lane, missed the far side, and Julian Walker chips this ahead for Trachler. Trachler with the backhand shot, and Masalskis got the left arm in front of that. And Girgensons will play it back for Sorokovs. 3-0 Latvia. 3 here in this, or rather for Switzerland, 3 here in the second. Jurgensen's got spilled on the play and cleared down the ice. Galvins ahead for Redlich. Redlich sends it to the left side. Zernan's back at the line. Sotniak's the blast, and that got blocked by Simon Mosier.
Good play by Mosier. Sotniak's a little too slow getting that shot away, and allows Mosier time to adjust and get in the shot lane.
Mosier out of Byrne, and no. I was going to say another penalty, as Shappy may have got away with one. Back for it, Zabalskis for Sotniaks. Sotniaks takes it wide. Zarens, Zabalskis. Power play for Latvia, dying seconds of the man advantage. Bukarts, watched by Schneeberger. Zabalskis for Sotniak, scores! A deflection up high. May have gone off Redlich. And Latvia's power play connects in the dying seconds of the man advantage, and Latvia on the board.
It's a big goal for Latvia. They have not had much at all going offensively in this game. And it looks like it will be Redlich. The shot from the point. And actually, did that hit Grossman's stick, the Swiss defenseman's stick in front of the net? Sets up the play, the blast from the point, Sotniaks. And it goes off of the defenseman for Switzerland, Robin Grossman's stick, and between the pads of Red O'Bara. Well, Latvian fans don't care how it went in, their team is on the board.
Only the 5th goal of the tournament for Latvia.
They technically didn't score it.
Correct. But it's on the board, it's 3-1. Gearing back for Switzerland. Ambuel from center hammers it in on Masalskis. And Masalskis will hang on to it. 3-1, 6:20 left to go in the second.
And number 27 on Sparks please. From 24. Team Switzerland displaying full strength.
Power plays have come through for both teams. A pair of power play goals open up the scoring in the second for Switzerland, and then added another to make it 3-0 before Latvia's power play finally getting them going. And Sotniaks has his second goal of the tournament.
They've actually, for now, giving it to Redlich, but it may get reviewed, because it definitely went off of Grossman's stick last. Now the question they'll look at is, did it go off Redlich's stick first? In for Dogomans. Dogomans, that's steered aside by Red O'Bara. So Latvia back to the attack with 6 left to go in the second period. Dennis Bayak, Shane 90 at the Ice Palace in Moscow. Across the line for Trochler. Near side, Nino Niederreiter. Nino Niederreiter shot. That was blocked by Abels. Sixta plays it ahead for Dogomans. And Dogomans will just send it back into his own zone. Yerofeyevs waiting for the line change to get complete. Tried to send it ahead for Pavlovs. He has to hustle back into his own zone against Andrighetto. Turned over. Shappy tried to get it to Andrighetto. Hoffman in on the forecheck. Shappy there as well. Holding the line on the near side is Blum. Now it does get cleared into the center ice area. Trying to clear it there was Weber. After it is Kenich. Kenich back at the line. Galvin's shot, left pad save, Reto Berra. Not sure Berra had a good look at that, but he had the pad down. And this gets cleared up and out of play.
Switzerland loses a little bit of coverage in the zone. Another look at that goal. The shot by Sotniaks, and it did catch Redlich's stick just before Grossman, so a little bit of a double deflection, and it will be Redlich against the goal for Latvia. So it's a big goal they needed here as they were down 3 and trying to gain a little bit of momentum in this game.
And give something for the Latvian fans to cheer, because the Latvian fans are as good as there is in world hockey.
Well, you can hear the drums going here in the crowd in the background, and right before that goal, as Latvia only had 3 shots on net before they're able to score, and 3/4 way through this second period. The louder they banged the drums, the quicker, and then all of a sudden Latvia was able to score. So might hear them a lot here throughout the rest of this game.
So 2 goals and 4 points now for Redlich in this 2016 World Championship. And the host Russia getting some reinforcements. Alex Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, Orlov, all on their way. Not sure if it's today or tomorrow. They may have some commitments back in Washington yet to take care of before heading over, but they will be coming to the World Championship.
Well, they'll be motivated. Some disappointment for the Washington Capitals, but come represent their country here as they are the home team. And Patrick Fisher, the head coach, first time head coach here for Switzerland, just took over in December of 2015.
His mood changed immensely from the beginning of the game to the end of the game yesterday. There was some frustration on his part early when his team was down. There's a long shot. Masalskis made the save, and that's what you mentioned earlier. He went down and was right down below at ice level with his players.
Well, and players have been playing well. A guy like Niederreiter, who's now finding the back that they had their chances, they just weren't capitalizing. And as much as he was probably frustrated, he was down there and trying to make sure his guys, you know, some taps on the back, keep them going, keep the positive feeling.
An overtime win over Denmark yesterday for Switzerland. That was Switzerland's first victory of this championship. They were down 2-0 after 40 minutes. Yannick Weber, about midway through the period, got them on the board. And then Nino Niederreiter with a couple of minutes left. And then Eric Blum with the overtime winner. And a tough loss for Denmark, who had that 2-0 first period lead. And across the line, Mayek sends this in. Girgenson's after it now, and another penalty being called on the play. And Latvia is going to go to the power play.
Patrick Gearing's going to enter the box for Switzerland. And after Latvia got themselves into trouble early, Switzerland took advantage. Now it's late. Switzerland getting themselves in some penalty trouble. So Latvia, a great chance here to cut into this lead a little bit more.
Patrick Fisher looking on. His team will be shorthanded with 3:29 left to go in the period, and the 5th power play of the hockey game for Latvia. And the 18th power play of the tournament for Latvia, and 3 power play goals on the first 17 opportunities. Masalskis will leave it in behind the net. Edgars Masalskis and Elvis Merzlikins, the net-binding tandem for Latvia. Noel Kristers Gudlevskis made a name for himself at the Olympics. Now with the Tampa Bay organization. And Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh will get set to play for the Eastern Conference Championship in the NHL. Kennons for Zarens. Sabalskis for Sotniaks, and down for Bukarts. Bukarts being watched by Blum. Sotniak's the blast, save, rebound, score! Redlich has another from Sotniak's. And another power play goal for Latvia, and it's a one-goal game.
Amazing how momentum can shift in a hockey game, and the Latvian fans can celebrate. Kellis Redlich has made this hockey game after being down 3, a couple of power play goals by him. A nice play along the wall by Andrasis as he fights off. Hearing that was the call that drew the penalty, and then Sotniak's another shot from the point, and Redlich left all alone for that rebound. And he chips it past Reto Berra. His second power play goal of the game's third goal of the tournament. So Redlich and Niederreiter each with a pair of power play goals, but it is a one-goal lead only now for Switzerland.
So back-to-back assists for Sotniak, who does have a goal in this tournament. And back-to-back goals, yes, for Redlich. Reto Berra plays it for Robin Grossman, so all of a sudden Switzerland. That 3-goal lead is down to 1. A 5-goal second period. Nino Niederreiter and Masalskis makes the save on the short side. Galvin takes a bump there from Reto Shappy. Shappy's second game of this tournament. Now Shappy has to dive into the bench. It is again very close to too many men on the ice for Switzerland. Samuel Walzer drops it back into his own zone. Dubois plays it for Robin Grossman. And up for Samuel Walzer. Walzer has a couple of goals in this tournament. That shot is blocked by Masalskis. And Dubois puts it on net, and that's stopped by Masalskis.
Dubois slow to go to the bench.
In across, a redirect, score! Tie game.
I think this is another goal that might have went off a Switzerland stick. Felicien Dubois got hurt as he went in to shoot the puck. The defenseman, a little bit of a slow change, and that allowed Latvia to take advantage on the rush up the ice as Ronald Kennens, there's the head as Pavlovs lays into Dubois. And he was slow, the puck's gonna go the other way. Ronald Kennens on a feed across, and it goes off the Switzerland stick of Trachtler and right past Reto Berra. Berra's moving to his right. Trachtler trying to cut that pass off, sends it into the top right corner, and it is a 3-3 game in 6 goals second period.
Well, who would have thought?
5 overtime situations so far for these two teams in this tournament. Yeah.
So Latvia comes in with 4 goals in 3 games. And now they get 3 goals in a period. Beezer sends his back in. Naya had to get away from him. Girgenson's after it. And back in for Dino Beezer. Couldn't get it deep. And Yannick Weber with the long pass looking for Dino Beezer. Marco Beezer in after it. He got bumped there by Sabalskis. Yerofeyevs took a bump from Hoffman. Hoffman back after Yerofeyevs again. And he gets steers away by Sabalskis. Yerofeyev sends this down the ice. And with 17 seconds left to go in the period, icing is the call.
Well, Latvia started Redlich 1 goal, 2 goals now on the power play. Now Ronald Kennens, just a centering feed goes off the stick of Trachtler for Switzerland, and it is 3-3 after 3 unanswered here for Latvia.
Trachtler out to take the face-off. 62% in the face-off department. Wins this one. Shot right off the draw by Niederreiter. Didn't get through. Trachtler centers again. Schneeberger centers for Niederreiter, and Masalskis has to make another save. second period comes to an end here at the Ice Palace.
Well, two different situations for these teams. Some momentum as Latvia heads back, and some disappointment for Switzerland as they had a 3-goal lead they watched disappear. They have to get back on track.
2 by Niederreiter, 2 by Redlich. And that has Masalska shaking his head as he leaves the ice.
Новый крем для лица Nivea создан специально для мужчин. Он эффективно увлажняет кожу и защищает ее от сухости. Новый мужской крем Nivea. Уверенность тебе к лицу. Поддержи свою команду с Nivea. Nivea – официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
And determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves are stiff, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of doing my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. This is who I am.
Мир бизнеса постоянно меняется. Невозможно оставаться лидером рынка без постоянного развития и роста. Преодоление хаоса в делах не только
So 6 goals in that second period. Latvian fans certainly a lot happier. Patrick Fisher, maybe not so much.
No, probably a little bit of a speech for his team as they lost the 3-0 lead in that period, but both teams able to pick up a couple of power play goals. Those 2 by Niederreiter, 2 by Redlich of Latvia, and they come into the final 20 tied at 3. Switzerland was tied in their first game. The other 2 games they tied by coming back down from 2.
So the third period underway. Galvins back for Latvia, up for Dogovans. And Dogovans will fire it cross ice. Sotnieks will send it in. 2 assists in this game for Andrighetto, 2 assists for Diaz, 2 goals for Niederreiter, 2 goals for Redlich, 2 assists for Sotnieks, 2 assists for Sabalskis.
Well, for Reto Berra, the save percentage taking a bit of hit. Only 15 shots for Latvia, so 12 saves from Reto Berra.
Some bad luck. A couple of them went off his own defenseman.
Yeah, he hasn't had luck going his way. 2 have gone off sticks as we look at Felicien Dubois. Plays for Davos in the Swiss League. On that last goal, he took a hit, slow to go to the bench, and as he did, Traxler kind of took his position. He left the game. Big part of this team. He's back out for the third period, which is a good sign because he plays big minutes for them. He led last game playing 23-45 against Denmark in that big victory for them in overtime.
Off the glass, out at center, and Grasses was waiting for it, never did get to him. Freeberg snaps this around. Patrick Gearing plays it ahead, and it's sent right back in by Samuel Walzer. Ambuel in on the forecheck, didn't see it as it got cleared away from him. Back forward, Patrick Gearing in pursuit, and Grasses. Gearing up at center, Maya knocked out in midair, and Maya sends it through for Vesevskis, and that ends up in the Norway bench.
Vesevskis trying to chip this into the zone and a little too high. Well, the Latvian fans have been very passionate throughout this tournament, and they're waiting to celebrate their first win in different costumes. The refs with sunglasses on. Whistles and everything. Surprised they're allowed those.
Yeah. Need those sunglasses to make your way to the rink. Beautiful sunny week here in Moscow. Cleared in by Vesevskis. Traxler ties him up. Vesevskis in with a bump on Yannick Weber. Now Weber returns the favor, sends it up to Mosier. And he'll slide it out at center. Niederreiter couldn't pick it up. And Mosier will try it again. Gets physical, but is controlled down low by Latvia. Cannons played it to the front of the net. And Pavlovs couldn't get a stick on it.
Well, it's good defensive coverage as Trautschler able to get a stick on Pavlov's, not allow him that open lane as a good feed from Kennens on the other side of the net.
Blum leaves it, and it will be carried out by Schneeberger. Sends it around, waiting for it. Here's Abels off a stick. Here comes Dogovans. He's trying to get it out front, trying to get that to Sorokovs. And a good defensive play that gets broken up.
Great play. I believe it was Schneeberger getting back in time to dive and take away that pass.
Sven Andrighetto dodges the check of Galvins. Plays it for Hoffman. Galvins knocks Hoffman down. And Sorokov's on the puck, sends it out in center. Schneeberger breaks that up and turns it right back up the ice for Switzerland. Now runs on a racetrack as Zarin squeezes him out. And back for Julian Walker. Walker will leave it for Dubois. Deflected in by Wieser. Dino Wieser trying to play it to the front of the net. Julian Walker is on it. Walker gloves it down, stays with it. It ends up on the stick of Dubois. Dubois plays it down for Dino Wieser, lost his footing and fell. And now Redlich is shaken up and limps his way to the Latvian bench.
It's a crawl over the boards as Redlich very slow heading back to the Latvian bench.
2 goals in the game for him. Gearing. That gets deflected in. After it was Samuel Walzer, got away from him. Yannick Weber in from the line. Weber tried to bank that off a skate. Walzer in behind the net, in the battle with Girgensons, came to the side of the net. And Andrasis is there to clear it for Latvia. Maya couldn't catch up to it. Weber plays it back for Blum. His pass for Ambule failed to work. That was the overtime combination yesterday. Ambule won the faceoff. And Eric Blum drilled it right up under the bar for the overtime winner. And this gets up in the netting. And then Galvins gets dumped on the play by Ambule.
Redlich has both goals, couple goals for Latvia. He got tripped up or took a stick from Julian Walker in the middle of the ice. I'm not sure, it looked like a stick caught him up high. He was almost limping. But it was the stick that caught him up high, gets looked at. Remains in the game, which is good for Latvia as he has a pair.
Schneeberger. Grossman back in his own zone. And Grossman sends it ahead for Nino Niederreiter. And right back out by Basevskis. Abel sends it in. Schneeberger ahead for Trautschler. Trautschler was the unfortunate Swiss player that tried to break up a cross-ice pass and had Kennen's pass go off his stick and into the net for the tying goal. Long cross-ice pass, and that failed to materialize. Back to the Swiss blue line, cleared away again. Long left wing shot, deflected wide by Marty. Christian Marty in his first game for Switzerland, and now he'll circle and head back to the bench as Switzerland starts a change. Gearing waits, tries to find a shooting lane. That goes off the leg and wide. And Gearing on it again. Andrighetto scores! Sven Andrighetto with a quick release. Finds the top part of the net. And Switzerland has the lead once again.
Andrighetto's first goal this tournament, and Latvian coach not happy at all as Sven Andrighetto rips this home. The Montreal Canadian player, good job just rolling. He rolls out to the top, lets this go, and a perfectly placed shot to the top glove corner. An absolute rip. It goes between the legs of Ronald Kennens as he goes to block this, so that's going to make it hard for Misalskis to pick this up. And Reto Shappy parked in front as Switzerland regains the lead here, their fourth of the game.
So Leonid Brezhnev looking on. 3 points now in the game for Andrighetto. A goal and 2 assists in Switzerland after having a 3-0 lead and watching it evaporate. They now control a 1-goal lead. So Latvia back on the offensive. Dogomans at the line. Galvin score! That one changes directions and beats Reto Berra. 4-4.
Didn't take long for Latvia to respond, and they haven't need many shots to get it past Reto Berra, and a bit of a strange one again.
Alexis Sorokas right there. Sorokas with the tip.
Right in the high slot as Galvin just gets it to the net. A quick play, doesn't wind up. And did it hit his skate? Sorokas says it's a bouncing puck that bounces over that right pad of Reto Berra. And just like that, it is tied at 4.
Well, Latvia started this tournament with some trepidation. They knew they were against the 3 top teams in their pool. They started with Sweden, Czech Republic, and Russia. Traxler in front had the opportunity, and that rattled off a leg and wide. And they came out of it with a couple of points. The back half of their schedule was supposed to get easier. Now they have their hands full with Switzerland.
That was the first lead that Switzerland has had in the third period in this tournament, and it didn't last long.
So 4 goals for Latvia in 3 games coming into this game, and they have 4 in this one. Freeberg's around the boards. Holenstein trying to trap it, could not. Icing waved off, and back forward goes Eric Blum for Yannick Weber. Onto the stick of Walzer, and Samuel Walzer sends it down the ice. And Galvins, who has an assist on that last goal, back forward for Latvia. Through center, and Drassis shovels it through for Girgensson. He's tied up there by Blum. Girgensson plays it back at the line. Galvins comes near side, Sopniak's the shot, and that got stopped. Back for Ambule. Curls against Galvins. And Galvins up with the puck. Tight turns to get away from Holenstein.
Good play by Holenstein. His stick was kind of caught up in Galvins, and looked like he may have put a hook on. He just decides to drop it, which was a wise play.
Back down for Kennens. The long shot, that's into the shin pads of Grossman. Return passes. Siska joined the attack. The pass ricochets off a skate though, and on the loose puck is Hoffman. Has a goal in this game, drops it back for Schneeberger. And in center ice and sent in by Christian Marty. Taken by Julian Walker, looking for the carom off the backboards. And he got it, came to the front of the net, but Andrighetto there couldn't get a stick on it.
Well, Sobalskis with a real good defensive play as he covers up, does not allow Andrighetto's stick to be free.
Michael Backlund and Sweden up next against Nigel Dawes in Kazakhstan. In our second game here from Moscow. Slovakia leading Belarus 2-1 in St. Petersburg. Weber finds Moser, Simon Moser for Traxler. Traxler let the shot go, goes off the leg. Nino Niederreiter on the wraparound. Niederreiter with a couple in the game looking for a hat trick. Blum back for Weber. And this gets deflected in. Zarens in the corner along with Wieser. Wieser for Niederreiter. At the line, Grossman for Schneeberger. Threw it to the front of the net, looking for Wieser. Kept in at the right point as Julian Walker plays it down low. And the Wiesers go to work. Dino Wieser trying to get it to the front of the net, and that caroms to the far side. And Abels is there to play this back to the Switzerland line. We are in the back half of the third period in a 4-4 tie.
Latvia's done a good job right in front of their net, taking away sticks from Switzerland.
Deflected in by Ambule. Cleared away by Sotnieks. Redledge back on the ice after getting shaken up. Or is that Kulda on the far side? That is Kulda. Ambule trying to center it, blocked by Galvins. Gearing in from the line. Plays it back for Walzer. Walzer in a battle with Galvins. And Zarens is on it and sends it too far for Edgar's Kulda. And Christian Marty plays it back. Sent ahead for Gearing. But right back in for Maya. Gintz Maya. Stripped to the puck by Eric Blum. Blum's rink-wide pass into the skates of Hoffman. And right back for Zengas Girgensson. Slap shot. And off the stick of Gearing and out of play. 8:38 left to go in what's been a wild game.
Simply tell her.
Tie game, back and forth game as Switzerland grabbed a brief lead on Andrighetto's goal before Alexis Sorokovs of Latvia tied it up. But no penalties here in this third period as both teams a little back and forth. Switzerland's had some pressure.
Not a lot of people doing the chicken dance in the background. They obviously haven't been to a Manitoba wedding. Face-off win, Sixa lets the shot go. That rattles into some shin pads. Niederreiter is after it. Girgensson leaves for Sixa. Sixa off the boards, out at center, no further. On a second try, cleared in, and then Traxler with a big hit on Maya. Mosier out for Traxler, on for Weber. No room for him, and right back in. Lead pass for Kennens, too far. And this will be an icing call against Latvia.
Well, Ronald Kennens has a goal in this game, his first game back after serving a one-game suspension. And Sven Andrighetto had a beautiful goal here that gave Switzerland the 4-3 lead. Andrighetto, 44 games with Montreal, his first season in the NHL, 7 goals and 17 points.
CHL and Miranda. 2-2 between Belarus and Slovakia. As Belarus trying to pick up its first point of the tournament.
Comeback trail there. They were down a couple of goals going into that third period.
And this is going to be another icing call against Latvia. 7:50 left to go in regulation.
Well, 3-point night for Sven Andrighetto. A couple of assists. Great play on the Niederreiter goal, a high tip. Another one that shot went off the skate of Hoffman, and then the goal in the third period. A great shot as he rolled out of the corner around the top of the circles and fired it to the high glove.
They get the wave going here. What has been a barn burner after a scoreless opening period. 3-3 after 40, and each team with another marker here in the third. And for the third time in 12 seconds, Latvia will be called for icing.
Hanging on right now. Greenberg sends us the length of the ice. Nino Niederreiter's had a great game. He has gotten better as this tournament's gone along. Couple goals, 5 points now in the tournament. 3 goals in the last 2 games.
Round the boards, deflected. Trying to clear it out of Sabalskas. He'll get some help. And now back forward is Kennens. Back for Sabalskas in behind his own net. Mentioned Miranda in the QMJHL final against Shawinigan as the CHL winds down. London in control of its series and Brandon in control of its series. Here it's a 4-4 tie. 7:06 in the third.
Switzerland seeing if they can regain the lead. They've seen 2 leads go away in this game. The biggest was the 3-0 lead they had in that second period with 3 straight goals. Latvia tied it.
Latvia has never had the lead. So Leonid Brezhny, as the head coach of Latvia, probably a little bit happier in this game than what Patrick Fisher is. Now we've got an icing call against Switzerland.
Patrick Fisher, his team hasn't made it easy on him in his first coaching stint here at the World Championship. As a former player, he's played 42 games for Switzerland at the IIHF World Championship top level. He played some games in the NHL, 27 NHL games with Phoenix back in 2006 and 7. So some experience playing, and maybe can read how the players are feeling.
And a young coach, probably still learning to handle the ups and downs.
There's a couple in the tournament. Got Marco Stern behind the bench for Germany and St. Petersburg.
In across for Abels. Abels tried to get that wrist shot through it, got blocked. And Yannick Weber turns it right back up the ice. Weber in full flight. Weber the wrist shot, and that's blocked by Sabalskas. And right back for Latvia. Abels in across the line, drops it back for Zarens. And Zarens gets tied up there with Dino Wieser. Sixna for Sabalskas. In for Bukarts. His shot blocked. Bukarts goes cross ice. Siska tees it up and ripped that into Anders Ambule. Back in for Zarens. Kennens. Crowd looking for a penalty. Grossman ahead for Hoffman. And he'll jam this out to center. Kennens puts it right back in. Jurgensen's after it, chopped it to the front of the net, but Schneeberger's there. He'll barge his way in. Schneeberger tried to dish it through for Nino Niederreiter. He has a couple of goals in this game. Cleared back in, and Jurgensen's back with Christian Marty, and Jurgensen's has his stick snapped. Here comes Niederreiter, winding his way in, and the wrist shot looking for that top corner short side, deflected up and out. And now we've got Freebergs and Niederreiter.
Haven't seen much of that in this game.
No.
One of the games we've seen the pushing and shoving in front of the net, and a great block by Anders Amdul, captain of Switzerland, as he gets quickly into that shot lane. Good adjustment as Sixta let it go, and captain makes the big block. Been many shots through to the net here in this third period, other than a couple that found their way to the back of the net.
So with 5:06 to go in regulation, everything gets magnified, including the face-offs, and getting spilled at the face-off was Dogovins.
Puck wasn't dropped fairly, they'll do it again.
Shappy will take the face-off against Sorokovs, and Sorokovs wins that one. Around for Abels. We've seen some line juggling here by Latvia. Dogovins out on a different line. Started with Dogovins, Kennens, and Girgensons, and then Kennens got moved to a different line early.
They've been trying to find that offense. We talked about it coming into the game, just the 4 goals, 4 in 3 games, and all of a sudden, whatever they did has worked, because able to find 4 in this game.
Weber sends it around the boards for Andrighetto. Holenstein there as well. Kennens trying to work it loose. Ends up in behind the net for Ambul. Ambul now being watched by Savalskis. Kennens picks up the chase on Ambul. Back for Holenstein. For Nino Niederreiter. A pile up in behind the net, and Nino Niederreiter's down. Might have been his own guy, Holenstein, that got him.
He went down hard into the backboards.
Holenstein back in, Niederreiter's all right. Head to the front of the net, puck cleared at the line. Sent back in by Grossman for Traxler. Traxler into the slot. Grossman the backhand shot, and Masalskis the save. And now we've got a little bit of action at the side of the net, and Niederreiter upset at the referee.
Well, he's upset. He thinks he got hit from behind. You can even see the sticker on his helmet is half ripped, and that may have been from going into the boards. But it was Sixta that hit Holenstein. And then he bumped into Niederreiter. Freeberg and Niederreiter get wrapped up again. They were pushing and shoving just before this play, and now Niederreiter arguing with the ref, but it was his own player that made contact with him. Now they're just arguing. This faceoff's going to come outside the zone.
Belarus now up on Slovakia 3-2. So Dave Lewis and the Belarus team trying to come up with a victory. Just under 5 left in that one. Just over 3.5 left in this one. And a 4-4 tie. We've had 5 overtime games here at the Ice Palace. Are we headed for 6? Julian Walker.
These two teams have been involved in all 5, and they went to overtime the last time they met. The Latvian win in overtime.
Julian Walker trying to play this down low. But it was 3-0. I'm not sure that we would have been thinking overtime. You'd have said that to the Latvian bench at the time. They'd have taken that. So we'll see what happens in the final 3 minutes of regulation. Slap shot. Sorokovs couldn't get that one through, and back up the ice for Hoffman. Hoffman will lift this in. And back forward is Sixta. Abels after it. Gearing gets there first. Sven Andrighetto gets to the red line, pumps it in. Masalskis will play it away. Andrighetto, sharp angle, off a stick and high. And the rebound caroms back where Christian Marty grabs it. In for Gearing. Taken away and flipped back to the Switzerland line by Dogovins. Zarens, Bukarts. cleared away by Red O'Mara. Zarens, Kozer's in there, gets it for Nino Niederreiter. Into the final 2 minutes of regulation. Traxler in across the line. He's got Mosier in front. He tried to get it to Niedermeyer off that back post.
Good play by Sotniaks with a defensive stick.
Yannick Weber for Eric Blum. He was the hero yesterday in overtime. Down for Niederreiter. Niederreiter in a battle, put it off the side of the net. Buchart's tried to clear. Blum scores! Eric Blum with 1:29 in regulation.
Quickly becoming the hero of this Switzerland team. Eric Blum had the overtime winner yesterday against Denmark. And frustration from the Latvian coach as Eric Blum rips this high side as it's not cleared by Bucharts. He clears it right to the defenseman he's supposed to be covering. And Blum just throws it to the net. And that puck finds its way over the right shoulder of Masalskis. And the Swiss fans celebrate. So still a minute 29, but Switzerland, the 5-4 lead.
Well, the way this game has gone back and forth, there's probably still some work to be done by Switzerland.
True. Just a bad play by Bucharts on that right wing side. Blum's the defenseman he's supposed to cover. All he had to do is chip that out and puts it right to Blum for the blast.
Well, it'll be quite a storyline for Eric Blum if Switzerland can hang on for this 5-4 win. This gets cleared down the ice. Cross ice, Doggovins. Masalskis starts to make his way to the bench. Masalskis is halfway to the blue line. And now finally makes his way off the ice.
And now it's going to be a crease violation. Not sure. He was standing at the top of the circles in the middle of the ice. Well, he's wondering what's going on there. Latvia had possession deep in Switzerland's zone.
Bereznev was yelling from the bench.
There's the play by Bucharts. Just a soft play on the wall, and Bereznev's his reaction. Now the Latvian fans will wait as there's a timeout. And they'll see if their team has a little bit of magic, if they can come back for the third time. As frustration for Masalskis as Eric Blum with an absolute rip to the top corner.
Belarus has added a fourth. What a comeback for Belarus. 53.6 as Leonid Bereznev's.
He's going to put his goal in. Masalskis is trying to decide. This is where he waited and finally headed to the bench before.
They actually started that last shift with only 4 players on the ice. And then a fifth player came off the bench. Maybe that's what confused Masalskis, but he just kind of stood there in no man's land. Send in. Doggovins after it. There goes Masalskis. 6 attackers now for Latvia. As they are down a goal, Sotniaks dishes it off. Wasn't in the wheelhouse for Galvins. Galvins for Doggovins to the front of the net. Doggovins after a loose puck. Doggovins curls, back for Galvins, back for Doggovins, and back for Galvins. All sorts of traffic in front of the net. Slap shot blocked away by Red O'Mara and cleared out at center ice. One last chance, Girgensons busting his way through, spun around, knocked down, and Switzerland will defeat Latvia 5-4. It was put into the empty net, but a big time and run out. Yes, the green light is out at the end. A wild one here at the Ice Palace. Switzerland wins it 5-4.
Congratulating Switzerland on the victory, just a couple of seconds or so, the best player award ceremony.
Дорогие друзья, начинаем церемонию награждения лучших игроков матча.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we start the best player award ceremony.
Награды предоставлены Raiffeisenbank International, официальным спонсором чемпионата мира по хоккею с шайбой 2016 года.
And the best player awards are provided by Raiffeisenbank International, the official sponsor of the 2016 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Награды игрокам вручают вице-президент компании «Лидспорт», вице-президент Федерации хоккея Швейцарии господин Михаил Риндлисбахер.
And the prizes will be presented by the Vice President of Elite Sports, the Vice President of Swiss Ice Hockey Federation, Michael Rindlisbacher,
а также президент и исполнительный директор группы компаний Bottom Management Group господин Чарльз Ботта.
and the President and the CEO of Bottom Management Group, Charles Botta.
Лучшим игроком в составе сборной команды Латвии назван Микеликс Редликс, номер 24.
The best player of Team Latvia, number 24, Mikelis Redlis.
Мы просим капитана команды получить награду.
And we ask the team captain to get the award for Mikelis Redlis.
Лучшим игроком матча в составе сборной команды Швейцарии назван Свен Андрикетта, номер 85.
And the best player of Team Switzerland, number 85, Sven Andrighetto.
Дорогие друзья, в честь команды победительницы звучит государственный гимн Швейцарии.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the winning team, please rise for the national anthem of Switzerland.
Дорогие друзья, мы еще раз поздравляем с победой сборной команды Швейцарии. Вас мы сердечно благодарим за внимание и поддержку. Желаем вам всего самого-самого доброго. И напоминаем вам, что в 20 часов 15 минут на льду нашего дворца начнется матч между сборными командами Швеции и Казахстана.
Thank you very much for your attendance tonight. We're going to enjoy the game. I just remind you that the World Championship will continue tonight, always the game between the national teams of Sweden and Kazakhstan. And the game starts in 2015. See you at the game. Thank you.
Дорогие друзья, в Санкт-Петербурге завершился матч между сборными командами Словакии и Белоруссии. Со счетом 4-2 победила сборная команда Белоруссии.
Dear friends, the match between the national teams of Slovakia and Belarus in St. Petersburg is over. And the final score is Belarus 4, Slovakia 2.
This is the decisive second. The second one yet. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time.
Tiso. Хоккей – это спорт, где все относятся к своим делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и укладывается полно. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто выкладывается. Райффайзенбанк. Разница в отношениях.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF app. Player statistics. Team statistics. Live updates. And introducing Hockey Club. Your face, your team, your color. Chill with hockey fans across the world. From any smart device in your home.
Итак, дорогие друзья,
The matches are in the final scores. Switzerland 5, Latvia 4.
мы поздравляем сборную команду.
Ингоста. Официальный партнер чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016 года. Ты с уверенностью встречаешь любые испытания. А как насчет твоего лица? Новый крем для лица Nivea Men создан специально для мужчин. Он эффективно увлажняет кожу и защищает ее от сухости. Новый мужской крем Nivea Men. Уверенность тебе к лицу. Поддержи свою команду с Nivea Men. Nivea Men. Чемпионата мира по хоккею.
You think you know me. You know the conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of being my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. This is not just a sport. This is who I am.
Мир бизнеса постоянно меняется. Сегодня невозможно оставаться лидером рынка без постоянного развития и роста. Преодоление хаоса в делах не только закаляет характер компании, но и делает ее чемпионом. Кьюсера – это яркий пример эволюционного бизнеса. Мы помогаем нашим клиентам совершенствоваться. С какой бы проблемой ни столкнулся ваш бизнес, у нас всегда найдется надежное решение. Все о спорте. Здесь и сейчас.